Well, good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 18th. It's kind of nice out here. It's kind of drab because there's no sun. It's not that cold. It's 36 degrees. I did see quite a few walkers, people my age. But we have a birthday today. Today is Tina Tedder's birthday. So Tina gets a song. I hope I said your last name right. T-E-D-D-E-R, Tedder. Tina gets a song nonetheless, even if I screwed up her last name. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Tina, happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Like I said yesterday, it seems so silly to talk about weight loss when there's so much going on in the world right now. But we have to realize that some days just are harder than other days. That's just life. And the next few days, the next few months are going to be challenging. And we're going to have a whole new normal. A whole new normal. And, you know, I know that in Michigan at least, they've closed all the bars and restaurants till March 30th so far. I know they're going to change that. I think in Connecticut they made it April 30th. There's rumors going around that the schools aren't going to go back in session. But, you know, we'll get through it. We just got to stay strong. If you're of my age, maybe a little bit older, even just a little bit younger, we grew up being the clean plate generation. We were not allowed to get up from the table unless we ate everything on our plate. And if I was thinking about this last night, and that's because our parents and grandparents were of the generation where there was a depression and they couldn't find food and there were no jobs and people were losing everything. And so when things got better, they remembered that. And that's why they never wasted food. They just figured out a way to use it, and you never saw them throw food away. And that was true of my family. We never, if we didn't eat all the peas the next day, they went in with the corn. And if we had peas and corn left over, they went in with the carrots the next day. And after that, they went with the green beans. And then we had mixed vegetables. And I really do believe that's where mixed vegetables came about. I don't know that for a fact, but it makes sense to me. At least in my family, that's what we did. So I think when all this is said and done, this generation and the younger generations are going to be the generations where they're going to always be prepared. Their pantry is always going to be full. They're never going to have to go out and panic shop because they're going to remember this and they're going to be prepared. And I am somewhat prepared. I really am. The only thing I really need is milk and eggs. And if I really need them bad enough, David is 18. He's of the generation that's probably just a carrier. I will just have him go to the store and get my stuff and just leave it on the porch, or, you know, if it gets to that point. I don't really think of course, you know, don't know. What I'm trying to do is take as many precautions as I can, because what I do in my life every day now affects your health. And what you do in your everyday life affects my health. So we have to stop being so selfish and start thinking of each other. So there's a thing on Facebook going around, is like, the older generation went to war to save our lives. Now we need to take to the couches to save our elders' life. And I'm considering myself one of those elders too. But there's people older than me that, you know what, I don't want to infect them either. I could be a carrier. I don't know. I am showing no symptoms, no signs. But that doesn't matter. And like I keep saying, I keep reading from more than one source. And even the CDC said that 85% of the people that acquire this virus do recover. You know, they are sick, no doubt about it. They do get sick, but they do recover. And it's time that we stop blaming just one country, because it's a pandemic. It's all around the world. Sure, it started in China, and I think that the whole world really didn't pay close enough attention. And because China is a communist regime, they could get a hold of it a lot quicker. They put their quarantines on as fast as they could. And now 3 months later, they're just starting to get back to normal life. So if we figure it in that frame of mind, all of the people that are saying July or August, they're not far off base. They really aren't. We're a little slow starting. And but, you know, even the slowest runner in the race crosses the finish line. Sooner or later, they cross the finish line. And we will too. We may be the slowest one out there right now, but that doesn't mean that we have to quit. We're just going to keep on going. We're not going to quit. Because we always remember those good days, and we always remember those bad days. But you have just as many good days as bad days, and you can make it's hard, but you can make good days out of this. It's a whole new routine. It really is. You're gonna learn how to socialize through um, social media, but be careful when you're going on certain sites at social media. If they're going to scare you, stay away from them. If the news is bothering you, check in just once a day. Check in at the nightly news, and figure out what's going on at night. But don't be so obsessed that it's on your TV constantly. Um, Catch up on shows that you didn't watch. Read books, get a book online. Um, I have a whole cupboard full of games. Play games, do something. But we have to, for the next 3, 4, 5 months, maybe 6, change our normal. And this is going to be our new normal for some time now, and we'll survive. I feel so bad for people that have lost their jobs and are wondering where their next money's going to come in, how they're going to pay for stuff. They're not going to be paying for it. I really do think that the government will step up. Hopefully that they will follow through with sending people money, and hopefully that when they get the money that they save it for their utilities and rent and important things, and not buy things on Amazon for their kids to play to keep them occupied, because I'm sure they all have enough to keep them occupied. Rotate their toys, take away some of their toys, and in a couple of weeks rotate them, bring them back. They'll be like brand new to them. They won't remember that they had them. Play games with them, read them stories, tell them stories about your life. That's a thing that's been in the past. I remember my grandmother lived in Boston, but when she would come, she would tell me stories of when she was a child, coming over from Ireland, and just reliving her history, so that we're losing so much of our parents' and our grandparents' history because we're not listening. We're too busy in our everyday lives not to pay attention to, what's really important, and that's where you came from. Your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, learn about your family. There's a lot to learn about your family. There's stuff about my life that my kids don't even know. I share a lot, but they know, like when Jim and I met, and they know about the day of their birth and things like that. But there's a lot of incidentals that happened in my life that I might find boring, but they might find interesting. So that's another way we can change our normal. I get out every day and walk, because that's still part of my normal routine. I couldn't imagine. My sister-in-law, Bertie, she has a friend that's in a nursing home, and she called and talked to her the other day. They're not even allowed out of their rooms. They have to stay in their room. Now, my TV room where I sit all the time, my she shed, as I said, I have back there, I have a comfortable chair, I have a comfortable couch so that if I had to take a nap, I could lay on the couch to take a nap. I have a stereo, I have a computer, I have a printer, I have a TV, I have loads of books. I could stay back in that room. Would I want to? No, it would be boring. It would be downright boring. And even if you're confined to the house, change up your routine. If you usually watch the TV in the living room, go in another room and watch the TV. If you're used to getting out and walking, as far as I know, they still say you can get outside and exercise. Get out and walk. Just figure out something that you need to do, because it's easy to be doom and gloom. It's easy to turn to food. It's easy to think that that's going to solve your issues. And I just know from my past times when I've binged that I feel really good when I ate the food, but then afterwards, when the food was going through my system, I felt like crap. I really did. I just felt like crap. And then I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I doing it? An occasional bag of chips or something's not going to hurt, but it's just, you got to be smart. You just have to be smart. And remember, my health depends on you, and your health depends on me. And we have to remember that. And it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to take 15 minutes every day and just dwell on it. But then put it in a sack and throw it away, and just forget about it, because you're not going to change it. What'll be will be. I mean, you can take precautions and everything and still get sick. But you can take precautions and not get sick. So, whatever. Anyway, this is a special message to Sparkles, because when Sparkles did the grocery haul the other day, I could see the chips and dip and just knew where that was headed. And on Facebook, Sparkles posted that the chips and dip took hold. Okay, Sparkles, in September, when life gets back to normal, and I really truly in my heart believe that life will get back to normal, you want to go to Dragon Con, and you want to be able to walk around on all the displays. You had your chips and dip. You knew you were going to have your chips and dip. I'm just glad that you just got them out of the way, got them out of your system, and just knew that you didn't want to have them anymore. And the next time you go to the store, avoid that. Remember this moment. Remember September is coming. It seems so far away, but it's only 6 months away. And I really, in my heart, truly, truly believe in 6 months, we'll be back to a new normal, because we'll never go back to the way we were. At least I hope we don't. I hope we've learned. Because if you don't learn from your past, you're doomed to repeat it. And I just hope that if and when this ever happens again, we take precautions a little bit quicker than we did. And that's really no one's to blame other than ourselves, because we all kind of just thought, well, that'll happen to someone else. That's in China, that's in Italy, that's in France, that's in Spain. Well, you know what? It's in the United States now. Now we're thinking a little different tune. So nobody's better than anybody else. We're all created equal. We're all the same in God's eyes. And we just know that. I'm praying a little bit more, but I'm sure everybody is. But God has the capacity to hear everybody and put everybody at ease, and we just have to remember that. So on to a healthy eating day. I have no intentions of gaining my weight. I did get the invitation to do the virtual studio. My studio is one of the ones that's going to be, so I will be able to see my same leader. My plan is on Saturday to get dressed in my Weight Watcher clothes. I've told you in the past that I have a doctor's scale that does like quarter pounds. You know, the scale, well, I don't know that they even, a lot of them have digital scales now, but this is like a regular, you know, tall scale that you step on, and then you move it to 100, 150, 200 and all that, and then you little thing across. And so I'm going to show you my weigh-in at home. I weighed myself on Sunday when I found out that they were closing all the meetings, and I'm going to go from that weight because it's a little bit different than my weight at the studio. I think it was a pound more or a pound less, one of the two. I forget which one it was. But I'm going to go by that for the next couple weeks while I'm weighing at home. I'm just going to strictly go by that. And then when I go back to the studio, that'll be my official weigh-in, and I'll go start again from there. But for now, that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully I will have a meeting highlights on Saturday after I see how the thing goes. I had enough storage on my phone to upload the video, upload the app. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I've talked too long. But remember, it's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be scared, but it's not okay to give up. So don't give up. Okay, for breakfast, we're going to have a banana and a bowl of oatmeal, cup of tea. That's the oatmeal. There's the milk. So once again, today is Wednesday, March 18th. I started my day with a prayer. My quote is, "You aren't going to find anybody that is going to be successful without making a few sacrifices." 5-point breakfast. I'm on the blue plan, 23 smart points, 0 for my tea, water, and banana, 1 point for a quarter cup of 2% milk, and 4 points for a half a cup of dry oatmeal. It's 5 points, 18 points left. Okay, also for lunch, gonna have 2 slices of Aunt Millie bread, toasted for 2 points, 1 point for a tablespoon of Jif peanut butter, which is 3 points, and 0 point for my egg berries, tea, and water. It's another 5 points. So still I have 13 points left. This is the peanut butter, and that's the last of the bread. Well, I have more bread in the freezer. So let's go eat. Okay, for dinner we're going to have a stir fry with some rice. It's a 12-point dinner, 0 for my chicken stir fry with the water and the vegetables in it. 6 points for a cup of rice, 5 points for a quarter cup of almonds, and 1 point for my lemonade and cranberry juice mixture, so it's 12 points. I still have 1 point left over. This is the rice that I'm using. I used some soy sauce, 1 tablespoon, 0 points. And I mixed the diet cranberry juice, which is 0 points, and 1 point for 8 ounces of Simply Light lemonade. And there's my water. And I'm going to have a slice of tomato. Or not a slice of tomato, a tomato. So there's my dinner, and I had enough this enough left over. I'm going to have it for my lunch or dinner again tomorrow. Okay, that's it for tonight. I did mean, excuse me, I did mean to tell you earlier that when I'm walking, I'm noticing a lot more people out walking. I think it's because the gyms are closed and they haven't got anything else to do for exercise. But it's strange to see people, like when they see you come and they walk way, they give you a lot of berth, give you a lot of room. And my neighbors that have the really little ones, when I come walking, they call them up and make them stand up by the garage till I pass. I know it's probably good, but I feel like I got the plague. I know they're doing it for my safety, and I appreciate that, but it's just, it's funny in a way. I mean, it's not funny. I don't mean it like funny. I mean that it's nice that they're worrying about me. It really is. It's so nice that they're worrying about me, and I appreciate it. I really do. But it's just, it's a whole new time. I know that. So, anyway, I'm gonna stay on plan. Well, I did stay on plan the rest of the whole day. I'm going to stay on plan the rest of the night. Figure out what I'm going to have tomorrow. That stir fry was delicious. It was only one piece of chicken, but I had so many vegetables in it that I have enough that I'm going to have that again tomorrow for probably my dinner. So, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, share it if you think somebody might like it, and remember to think of when. What's important now? Think about that.